here with my top 10/12 maybe MAC blushes. So these are some blushes and then like the Mineralize or Extra Dimension blushes. I do have a few that I don't have here. If you've been with me for a while, at least since the beginning of the year, you know that there was a certain somebody who kind of raided or stole a very large portion of my makeup collection. And one of them happened to be like one of these dual blushes, and it was all of my coral blushes. So I will link my MAC blush collection down below. So that whole palette that was full of coral blushes, that whole thing was stolen, as well as a bunch of other things, and my all-time favorite MAC blush, which is, why can't I think of the name of it?
Why can't I think of the name of my favorite MAC blush? This is like the one I was most devastated about. Where's my list of all the stuff that was stolen? Yes, I do have a list of everything that was stolen. I mean, you wouldn't even believe it. It wasn't like it was like all at once. It was like 5 or 6 different times that they just jacked a bunch of stuff.
Small Vanity, Small Vanity. My #1 favorite blush of all time is MAC Small Vanity. I seriously sobbed uncontrollably when I realized that was stolen, because that is my favorite blush. It was limited edition. I don't have any blush that's just quite like it, so it's really sad. So if you have Small Vanity, you're very lucky. If it ever comes out again, I'm buying like 6, so I never have to be out of it. And then Buff, which is an amazing blush, which I don't have because I haven't repurchased it yet. So those are definitely ones, and Modern Mandarin is another one. Those are 3 that I love. I just don't have in my collection anymore. So yeah, I'm going to show you what I do have though. And we're going to start with this little baby here. It's what I'm wearing today. This is called Well Dressed. And like I said, I'm wearing it on my cheeks. Now this is one of those blushes. It's a satin blush. It's one of those blushes that I don't find like really swatches that great. Like you try to swatch it and you know, it takes a lot to really like kind of build up the color to see it if you're swatching it with your finger. But if you use a brush, I find that it just goes on really beautifully. If you have darker skin tone, I'm not sure you're going to notice it as much, but if you have a lighter skin tone, fair to light, I think you'll really like this one. I have it on today, and this is the Makeup Geek rounded blush brush, which I'm loving. And I love this brush particularly for this blush because it just picks up the product so perfectly. And I'm probably gonna have like a ton of blush on now. But it's a beautiful soft baby pink. It's a satin finish, so it's not super matte, but it's also not real shimmery. So it's really beautiful. Again, this one is in Well Dressed. Love it. The next pink one is called Pinch O Peach. I don't find this to be particularly peachy. I find it to be quite pink. I'm not sure what formula this one is. Oh, that's quite messy. I'm not too sure what formula this is, but it's very smooth, very pigmented. Definitely has a lot more punch to it than Well Dressed does. I mean, it's just such a smooth consistency. It reminds me a lot of like the MAC Matte Squared eyeshadows. Just very creamy. It is matte as far as I know. Beautiful, kind of pinky. I guess it has a pinch of peach to it, but I wouldn't find it like too peachy. Absolutely stunning. I think this goes well on light skin tones, medium skin tones, dark skin tones. I just think this color is so beautiful. And again, it is Pinch O Peach. Next one is called Pink Swoon, and this is a sheer tone blush. Now I think this is a little bit more of a kind of brighter neon pink, definitely more of a cool toned, definitely more of a warm toned pink. It's kind of got a little bit, I don't know, I just see it having a little bit more of those yellow tones versus something that's really cool tone like this other one I'll show you called Full of Joy. As you can see, this one's a little bit more lavender, cooler toned pink, where this one's a little bit more brighter neon pink. So again, this one is Pink Swoon. It's a sheer tone shimmer, but it's actually quite pigmented. I don't find it to be super sheer. I feel it has a nice punch to it. Very silky and smooth on the skin. Absolutely beautiful color. I think this is a great one for the spring and summertime too. So again, Pink Swoon, sheer tone. Again, Pink Swoon, and it's a sheer tone blush, not a sheer tone shimmer. I don't know why I keep saying that, but it is a sheer tone blush, and it's Pink Swoon. The next one I'll just show you is the Full of Joy. This is a frost, so it's going to be a little bit more of a shimmery, frosty finish. This is a very light lavender, like a lavender pink, very cool tone. This one's a little bit more difficult to pull off, but it is beautiful. Full of Joy, really pretty frost. I know that they re-released a bunch of blushes that were from this collection. I'm not sure if this was one. It was limited edition. You may be able to get it still, not too sure, but really pretty. Again, full of joy, and it is a frost. This is a really beautiful kind of mauvey, kind of like a mauvey dusty pink is what I would describe it as. It is, doesn't say on here what kind of blush it is, but absolutely beautiful. I love these kind of mauvey dusty colors. I noticed that with this, whatever formula this one is, and then the Frost one, it's definitely a little bit stiffer, like not as smooth as like Pincho Peach or Pink Swoon is. Definitely have to like work up to it a little bit, but it's absolutely beautiful on the cheeks. I think it's gorgeous. I find when it goes on my skin, it pulls a little bit more of like a, almost like a rosy, yeah, like a rosy reddish color, where here I find it's a little bit more mauvey dusty rose. I feel like it has a little bit more red to it when it's on my skin, so I think it's one of those that kind of looks different on you know, obviously different skin tones. So this is super pretty. I love this one. This one's more one towards like the fall time that I like to wear it, but I mean, let's be real, I probably wear all of these any time of the year, but Dame, super pretty, highly recommend. Let's move to some of the peachy ones. Obviously one that I love is Buff. It's amazing. Definitely one I don't hear people talk about enough. I don't have it here to show you. I need to repurchase it, but Buff, amazing, amazing, amazing. The next is Melba. Now this is a kind of more neutral peach tone blush. Very beautiful, very silky and smooth. It's a little bit more of like a peachy, yeah, it's pretty peachy beige color. Beautiful on the cheeks. I think if you want like a nice corally, peachy, like just punch to your cheeks, this is a great one without being too bold, too orange, too, you know, out there. It's really pretty and it blends very easily into the skin. You can definitely sheer it out a little bit, and it's so, so pretty. So this one again is Melba. The next one is Margin. Now this is kind of like Melba's sister who likes to be shimmery. This one is a beautiful shimmery kind of frosty blush. I love this for the spring summertime, so it's kind of got a little bit of that bronzy, gorgeous bronze goddess look to it. Beautiful sheen and shimmer to the cheeks. Absolutely love this color. I think this works well for light to dark skin tones, and if you just want like that beautiful like bronzed goddess look, you definitely need this blush. It's gonna be so perfect in the summertime. Absolutely love it. And this one is Margin. This one is Spring Sheen. Now this one is a little bit more of a peachier version of Margin. Margin's a little bit more bronze. Spring Sheen is a little bit more kind of peachy golden toned. This one is again a beautiful blush in the spring summertime. This one has a little bit more golden, kind of salmony tones to it versus the more bronzy tones. This is so stunning on your cheeks. I love this. If you have a darker skin tone, this is going to be absolutely stunning on you. I think this color is so pretty. It reminds me a lot of Expensive Pink eyeshadow by MAC. Super pretty. I think this is a must-have for summertime. If you like that kind of corally golden peach look to your cheeks. It's so pretty. Again, that is Spring Sheen. Called Pink Tea. This was a limited edition, but I found mine at a CCO. This is a satin blush. It's a very, very light, I don't know, a light pink. Now this one does not swatch very well. Actually, it's swatching quite nice. Light pink, very neutral pink though, and this one is like one of my favorite blushes to wear. If I can't think of what to put on my cheeks, Pink Tea is one that I just go to all the time because it's just so easy and effortless. Absolutely love this color. If you can find it at a CCO, on Amazon, blog sale or whatever, Pink Tea, I absolutely love this color. One favorite Extra Dimension blush, I actually would have two, but Bareness, which is my other favorite, was stolen. I know, this is so frustrating. Every time I go to make a video of favorites and my favorites are gone, I get so frustrated all over again. So what I do have here is At Dusk. Beautiful. I don't know if the Extra Dimension blushes were limited edition or if you could still get them. They re-promote so much stuff all the time. I love this color. It's a little bit of a frostier blush, but not like the Frost finishes though. It's very smooth and silky. And this one is just a really nice, natural light pink, not a baby pink, but just a soft feminine pink. I love these Extra Dimension blushes. If you can get your hand on any of them of a color that you like, the formula is amazing. So again, this one is At Dusk. if you can get your hands on Bareness, that one's a great one too. Now I'm going over my 10. This is like top 15 or something. Are Mineralized Blushes, which I love. Their Mineralized Blushes are so nice. They're shimmery, they're beautiful, but they're not super glittery and chunky. So the first one is Dainty. And I tried to depot these and then realized that they're mineralized, so they're actually on like these little, I think I tried to hot glue it back in. They're actually in like baked on terracotta plates. They're not in pans. So this one is Dainty. This one's a beautiful peach color. Has a little bit of shimmer and sparkle in it, but it's so beautiful. When you wear these these mineralized blushes, you don't need to put a highlight on as well. I mean, you can, but it just is so pretty and shimmery and glowy on your cheeks. It's finely milled. It's not going to be big glitter chunky flakes. Super pretty. This one again is in Dainty, and it's a little bit of a peachy or pink color. And this one is in Gentle. Now this one is a kind of a deeper plummy pink color. I am a sucker for these colors. I mean, let's just be real. This is beautiful. It is got a beautiful sheen. Not really much, I mean, there's a few like little glitters in there, but nothing chunky. And it's just a beautiful kind of rosy, pinky purple sheen to your cheeks. It's stunning. It blends so beautifully. It blends out nicely. Obviously, you can just blend it and you get a lighter application. So beautiful. Again, this one is in Gentle. This one is in the shade Lovejoy. And it doesn't look super awesome in the packaging. It kind of looks dirty and it looks plummy, and oh, I forgot to throw that plastic away. Looks kind of like a plummy, dirty with some gold. It's just a really strange colored blush in the pan, but this is beautiful on your cheeks. If you like a terracotta, bronze goddess, burnt orangey, I don't know. I mean, this color is so pretty. It's a definitely a darker blush. It's not going to be your super feminine pinky coral color, but it's just got something about it that's so beautiful. It's just, I'm looking in this mirror looking at it, but it's beautiful. It's like a very warm terracotta color, and I think it's stunning. And I think if you have darker olive skin tone, oh, it's gonna be beautiful. But me and my fair to light to whatever my self tanner's going on loves this too. I mean, it's beautiful. Definitely light hand. I'll try to just do a swatch that's like blended out a little bit. Heavy swatch, blended out a little bit. Gives you just that beautiful to your cheeks. I love it. So again, this one is Lovejoy, not to be confused with NARS Lovejoy. Alright guys, that is my favorite. Those are my favorites. Those are some of my favorite MAC blushes. I know I went over 10, but I just couldn't limit it down to less than 10. So that was like 12 or 13 or 14 or 15. I'm not too sure how many that was, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and this gave you some fun ideas of some MAC blushes to look into or to pull out of your collection. I would love to know what some of your favorite MAC blushes are. I also have a top 10 high-end blush video and a top 10 drugstore video. I have a top 5 high-end and a top 5 drugstore foundation video as well that I will leave down below. I hope you guys are all doing well and you're having a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!